what's left is right. Chasing stars and holding you. I can't see the end, but we'll see it through. Times don't fly too high. Be sure to keep the ground in sight. Fly forever if you keep it tight. Love the world, but keep the sky on your mind.
Hello there. Hello there and welcome to another stream here with Flysimware. Hello everybody. Hello. So I decided to do the part 2 of the stream I did earlier, a couple of hours ago, I believe a few hours ago. So for the part 2 of the stream, we're going to be continuing to explore Hawaii, and we're going to do that exactly where we left off our aircraft. We left it off in Honolulu. That was the Flysimware C414 Chancellor, the Cessna C414 Chancellor by Flysimware here in Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. That's the aircraft we're flying, and that's the one we left somewhere around here in Honolulu. And now what we're going to do is we're going to take off from Honolulu. We're going to check out the city of Honolulu here. And then we're going to head on to the island of Molokai, I guess it's called. And then from there we're going to head on towards Lanai City. That is where we'll end it for part 2 of this particular stream. Okay, now look at us. We are in beautiful Hawaii in Honolulu. It is not very clear today, as just like we experienced in the last stream. The weather is not very clear here today. If we take a look at the current conditions, everything is on live time, live everything. It is 3:30 in the afternoon and we are not getting, well, it is kind of sunny, but there is a lot of cloud cover, a lot of gloomy looking clouds around the corner. But yeah. Alright everybody, let's jump into the cockpit and get started with today's flight without further delays. Okay, let's jump into our cockpit and get started with today's flight. Alright. Okay, let me show you guys a little nav map before we get started. So we are in Honolulu. Honolulu, right here. There's the airport that we're at the moment. We are going to take off here depending on wind. I think we can use runway 04 right today for takeoff. A quick one today, yeah. It's almost perfect wind. So from there we're going to check out Honolulu here. Right, we can check out some stuff in Honolulu, the city of Honolulu, and then we're going to cross the Kaiwi Channel on to Molokai, where we'll land at Molokai Airport, and then from there we'll check out the island as well. We'll take a loop around the island, and then we'll head down towards Lanai City. Now these two are much smaller islands, so there's much less to do. We've already checked out Pearl City and the island of Oahu? Yeah. Alright. That all being said, it's time for us to get started here. Alright, okay. To get started here today, we're gonna have to just monitoring my sound levels. I think they're okay. All right, anyway, to get started here today, I'm gonna put away the yoke here, the control yoke, the yoke. Okay, let's pull our EFB up here. Let's power it on. We got chocks. All of these stuffs can go away. Rudder lock away. There we go. It's much better. Very hot in the cabin there. That's all right. We'll take care of it just momentarily. Okay, we're not going to use the checklist anymore. I'm quite familiar with this aircraft. So let's get started. Fuel selectors. I'm going to go to the main tank here. I'm going to make sure that my cowl flaps are open rather than closed, which it's going to do in a bit anyway, right? So I'm not too bothered about it. I think pull is closed, right? Yep, pull to close. So we're gonna leave that exactly how it is. And I'm gonna leave that on. Let's go full RPM. There we go. Let's just put mixture rich, crack open the throttle there. In addition to all of this stuff, let's come down here, turn on our nav lights. I'm aware that the battery is off, but we'll just wait for that. Nav lights, we'll leave that on, and I think we're ready to energize and get started with the flight. So let's go ahead and do that. Battery on, magnetos on, fuel pumps, you can put them on low. We don't need primer today, it's a warm day. Anti-collision lights on. I think we're ready to get our engine started. Okay, let's get started with our engines. Right engine started. Left engine started. Gonna pull back on our RPMs a little bit. Okay. Let's get avionics up and running. Avionics bus on here. Let's get our generators to on. Fuel pumps can go to off for now. There we go, looking good. Let's warm up with our engine temperatures, oil, etc, etc. Let's warm it up a little bit, shall we? Leave it at about 1500 for now. Taxi lights can come on. Everything else here can remain exactly how it is. We can turn on our cabin fan. And let's turn on the cool mode here. GPS can search for that satellite right there. Let's go ahead and cool down our cabin. Alright, brilliant. I have no idea how to get rid of this one. so I'm not really worried about it. Okay, our altitude today, we're going to select 4,000. We're going to leave that up. Let's put our local pressure in here today. We are pretty much at sea level. Waiting for this cooling to happen. It's not really cooling down much. We'll cool down anyway. It's all right. Today I won't be using any flaps for takeoff. I can if I want to, but I don't think I need it. We have a very long runway. I think we're just fine. Okay, we'll allow this to cool down. I don't want it to cool down too quickly because once we take off. Blind over matter. Hello there. Well, thank you very much. I'm glad that you're joining the live stream. Welcome on board. Okay, there we go. We've got that good to go. Let's put this on altitude standby. We'll leave it there. As a matter of fact, we can turn this on if we want to. Right, I'll put this away, the little nav map away for the time being. Now that we're fully started up with our aircraft, I think it's time for us to get out of here, right? Let's pull back on our mixture, our temperatures and stuff, everything is looking good. How much fuel do we have? We don't have enough fuel, do we? No. I'm pretty sure we don't have enough fuel. Well. What? Apparently we've got too much fuel. What the... No. Yep, that's more like it. I knew there was something wrong with that one. $620. Yeah, pretty much that's about it. Yep. I think we're okay with the fuel. We should have done this before, but I was showing an erroneous data right there. That's okay. Okay, I think we're ready to get rolling here. Yep, everything seems to have warmed up just enough. We'll turn this on the turn off area. Okay, we're good to go. We are good to go, ladies and gentlemen. Let's release parking brake and get out of here. Okie dokie. Releasing parking brake. Let's cut our RPM down to 1,000, which is where it's supposed to be. Okay. Give it a bit more oomph there. Looking good. Now we're gonna head on towards our takeoff runway of 04 right. Let's do that. Brakes are just fine. There we go. There's the runway right ahead of us. Honolulu Tower up ahead. I think I've controlled FS realistic. I've changed some settings. Hopefully this fixes it, but it doesn't seem like it has, so I'm a little bit confused. Okay, let's kind of hold short here. Shall we do that? Actually, we'll allow the aircraft to roll on a little bit if it can. Okay, let's get our landing lights out. We can turn off our taxi lights. Pitot heats. Do we really need pitot heat today? Not really, but I'll leave it on. Give it a bit of RPM here. We've left everything on max, right? So that's fine. We will go ahead and turn that on. Give me a second here while I pump the brakes and check something, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, it's on. go. Lining up with the runway. Pump the brakes there. Alright, this is okay. Let's turn this on. We'll go towards a weather mode. 20 right there. Range. We'll increase that. We'll go check out Honolulu first, right? So we're gonna fly over the city of Honolulu first. Okay, checklist. We need these on high. All lights are fine. Pitot heats, those all look good. Our temperature control, I'm gonna turn this off because it's about to get pretty cool in here anyway. Pressurization, I don't need to worry about it. It's a max of 4,000 feet today. There isn't much to do here. Not too worried about it. Yeah, I think we're good to go. Got some hydraulic flow issues here. We are good. Let's get out of here, shall we? Parking brake release. No flaps today. Okay, we can take off. Get up. There we go. Got Honolulu on both sides. We'll take a look at Honolulu in detail, of course. Just going to continue our climb out here. Got some stuff to clean up, so let's do that. Switching this to low mode here. I can come back up. Prop sync, if we want to turn it on, we can. That's a little too much. Let's go to the autopilot here. Let's go to heading mode. Let's turn it off to our left first. We can cut our throttle. Not cut our throttle, sorry, cut RPM a little bit. Just keep it at about 2500. Pull back on the mixture. There we go. Mixture pull back on both sides. And we can close our cowl flaps. There you go. Fully closed. I believe we're good to go. Okay, our temperature in the cabin will start dropping, which it is already. Excellent. We might need to use some cabin heat soon, but we're gonna do that in just a bit. Maybe just there. There we go. We can arm the altitude a little bit. There we go, everybody. Looking really good, huh? Looking really good. Let's turn this in towards this way. Look at that beautiful city of Honolulu. Of course, we're gonna turn a loop around and we're gonna come in and explore the city. Let me just stabilize our aircraft a little bit. Then we can come in and do what we need to do. Our usual shenanigans. You know what? I'll hold this altitude. I will disarm this right now. Allow the speed to climb. And we are looking absolutely beautiful here, are we not? Check that out, everybody. Hawaii, absolutely stunning place. Okay, we'll loop back around shortly. Oh yes, look at that. Absolutely brilliant. Okay, let's have a look at that. Oof, that looks really good. That looks really, really good. Wow. I am impressed. Okay. Alright, our speed is fairly up there. We can cut our manifold pressure slightly here. Okay, we'll leave it on right here. I believe we're just climbing along quite happily. Everything looking quite good. Okay, it's time for us to take manual control and check out Honolulu. So let's do that. Let's take manual control here, turn around. Rather steep turn, but that's okay, I don't really mind. Look at that. Oh, looking gorgeous, huh? Honolulu, Hawaii is looking absolutely fantastic. I need to fly more in Hawaii. Oh, that's looking brilliant. Okay. Let's go in here and check out the city and some of the buildings there. I see a very red building straight ahead. I want to go check that out. So I'm going to cut our throttle here so we can get a little closer to the ground. There we are. We'll of course go into cinematic mode at a later time, but for now we're gonna check out Honolulu. Looking very good here. Might want to watch the temperatures here. I'm just gonna leave it like this for now. I know my heater is on at the same time, but I'm gonna leave it like this just to control that temperature a little bit. Let me just make sure our airspeed is okay. Yes, it is. Ooh, what a beautiful place. What is that stadium? That looks absolutely lovely. Is that a stadium of some sort? Gotta check that out. Let me just turn a little bit off this way. Perhaps we can see it from this view. Oh yeah, there we go. That looks absolutely brilliant. Wow. What is that big old red building ahead of us? Let's go check that out. Oh, cabin's cool, pretty cool right now, so that's all right. For the first time, the traffic down here doesn't actually look bad. The road does not actually look bad. Looks pretty okay here, huh? We are cooling down a little too much. I'm gonna put that down to off. Oh yes, look at these houses here. They look good. What is this giant red building? I have no idea what it is. But it looks good. It seemingly looks good. Okay, let's continue on to the main city of Honolulu. Flying very low here. It's okay, we're perfectly fine. Ooh, just got pushed up there by some wind. Okay, check that out. Let's come to the port area before we turn into the city. Wow. Oh, the port looks good in Hawaii. Okay, maybe a little bit of a texture loading issue here, but that's okay. There's one of the runways at the airport. Let's turn it around. Let's give it a bit more power here. Very nice looking water there. There we go. Let's come back around. Slow ourselves down. And we'll go in and check out the city. Shall we do that? There we go. We'll come back around off to our right hand side and let's check it out. Oh wow. Very nice. Check these buildings out. It's beautiful. Okay. Looks lovely, doesn't it? Honolulu, everybody. Let's turn our aircraft this way so we can have a nice little look at the entire city right here. There we go. There is the city. Let's jump in here. Give it off to the autopilot. Ooh, that's not good. Let's give it off to the autopilot here. Altitude hold mode engaged. Put the heading right here, and I'm going to put it on heading mode. There we go. Leaving behind Honolulu on our way towards Molokai. Molokai. Ooh, what an interesting formation right here. Check that out. Very cool, huh? There we go. Alright, let's now arm this, disengage, climb our aircraft, give it some power, right there, and this is how we're going to leave our aircraft. As we climb out, we can get our prop sync on. Let's go ahead and enjoy some cinematic views. Okay, we are now heading towards the island of, I think, Molokai. We're gonna land at Molokai Airport. So we're just gonna make a quick hop across the pond here. It's not exactly the pond, we call it the Kaiwi Channel. So that's what we're gonna do. This time around you guys can hear everything really well. I fixed my audio, so that should work. Oh, there we go. We can see the island up ahead of us. see our destination ahead of us. Alright, it's time for us to jump into the cockpit and take manual control. So let's go into our flight mode here. Gonna jump in here and take manual control. We'll take it for a loop around the island, and then we'll come back in and land at Molokai Airport. Disconnecting autopilot right there. Cutting throttle. Just gonna let the aircraft dip by itself. There we go. I'll cut my RPM here to slow down a little bit quicker. There we go. I'll turn off our auxiliary fuel pump for a second. Oh, let's see the island here. Interesting red soil on this island. Very sharp cliff faces as well. Yeah, there we go. Got a couple of sharp drop-offs. Very interesting. RPM back up to 2500. Quite turbulent here, but let's turn our aircraft around. Interesting terrain. Time to give it a bit more power here. Just gonna take a nice little loop around the island before we come in for landing. There's an interesting looking beach there. The only problem with these beaches, as far as I can tell, is the fact that the waters are not shallow at all. Your cinematics are spectacular. How do you take those? Keep up the great work. Well, thank you very much. It's blind over matter. Currently I'm using chase plane, but earlier I just used to use my drone camera. But at the moment I'm using the chase plane camera add-on for MSFS. It has a cinematics mode. Cinematic mode, whatever you want to call it. So yeah, that's how I get those. Glad you're enjoying it. Alright. Very close to the airport now. I should be able to... we can't see it per se, but that's alright. This is a larger island than I thought it was gonna be. Let's venture inland. Oh, you know what? These cliff faces are beginning to get a little bit interesting, so we're gonna stay on this side for now. Give it a bit of power here. So we can travel a bit quicker. But these cliff faces are beginning to get a bit interesting. So we're gonna stay on the ocean side of things. After we take a look at these, we will turn back inland and we'll cut across the island. There we go. Now we can take a look at these faces right here. Ooh, interesting ravine kind of formation there. I had no idea Hawaii has such interesting terrain. I did not know that. I expected it to be much flatter than it actually turned out to be. So yeah, lovely place. We'll have to visit sometime. Check these cliff faces out, good lord. Okay, let's use this opportunity. You know what, if that ravine kind of thing that's looking right ahead of us, there's a ravine looking thing. Oh look, there's even an airport next to us. Well, let's perform a flyby, and if this ravine looking thing opens up, we can use that as a gateway to shift into the island and cut across. But let me check my speed here, fairly high. Let me cut it. We're just gonna fly over the runway. No touchdown. This is not Molokai, by the way. This is another airport, PHLU. I don't know what it's called. It's called Kalaupapa Airport. I'm butchering a lot of names here, but that's what it's called. Okay, cutting our power as much as possible. This is Kalaupapa Airport. It looks like it's very good. Seems very good. This looks like a very good airport. We should land here sometime. This looks like a really good airport. Do I have scenery for this or what? Is it handcrafted? What is it? It looks fantastic. You know what? Maybe we can... maybe we can land there. But this island is very interesting. So let's try and see if we can slip inland. We're using one of those ravines. Hopefully. Let's turn back around towards that airport and see what we can do. There we go. There's the airport. And there's the ravine. Let's just go have a look. I don't think it goes all the way in, but let's just have a look. Yeah, it doesn't go all the way in. Yeah, unfortunately it doesn't. We can still see what happens here. Let me gain a bit of altitude. I do not want to stall out. Get a bit more power here. Yeah, we're gonna be in a world of trouble if we try to enter here right now. Yup, a world of trouble. It's too late now. Yep, it's too late now. Oh, I knew it. This was a bad idea. We need to slew out of here. I knew it the second I saw that. Should not have gone in there. That's okay. Let's just slew ourselves back out here. That was trouble, and I knew it. Knew it when I saw it. These kind of little pockets, if they're not fully open, there's a lot of turbulent wind in there, and you can get trapped. If you don't go in at a high altitude, you can get easily trapped, especially with an aircraft like this. It's impossible to come out of that. So yeah, I had to do that, or we would have crashed. My apologies about that, but I had no choice. Should we try and land at this airport? It does look like a pretty cool airport anyway, right? You know what we'll do? We'll continue checking out the island. And once we've checked out a little bit more of it, we'll come back in and maybe try a landing. How about that? Yeah, we can try that. Okay, we can try that. Maybe the one ahead. Yeah, that little opening right there might lead us inland. Let's try that. We can try that. Hawaiian names are very difficult for me to remember. Kaunakakai, that is a place on the island we're at right now. Molokai, Kaunakakai, Kalaupapa. I'll never remember those names. We're gonna slip in shortly. I think I will perform a landing at Kalaupapa Airport as well as Molokai, so we can have two landings. Yeah, I'll do that. Okay, this one we can enter because it is fairly openish, I guess, if we could call it that. Yeah, it's fairly open, so we can go in here. I'm not gonna lower my altitude too much because this aircraft does not have the performance to do that. We'll fly fairly high here. .200 knots of speed is not gonna save us from that giant rise in terrain ahead of us, so we're gonna stay somewhere here and we're gonna enjoy the views. There we go, that's much better. You can see how turbulent the air gets as soon as we slip into one of these pockets here. It is not easy, and you can see that we've already lost quite a bit of speed, and our VS is through the roof. You can already see that. So these areas are not very easy to get out of. Ah, there we go. We're in trouble again. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. We are in trouble again. Look at that. Oh no. Oh no. I can barely climb out of this. Oh my gosh. Yep, we came close there. Luckily we didn't have to. Oof. Yeah, this aircraft does not have the performance to do this shenanigan. Let me try and increase max RPM. Let me go for full rich on fuel here. Yeah, we're struggling. I don't think we're gonna make it out of here. It's very deceiving to be in these places. Okay, we'll be okay here. We'll make it out of this one. Okay. Oof, alright. Well, that was interesting. To cut our propeller RPM, take the stress off the engine. Okay, I'm gonna try and reduce the mixture down here. Just like that. There we go. Excellent, we've reached the other side of the island. We've just cut across it basically. Let's go this way. Let's go this way. There is some sort of an airstrip ahead of us. We'll check it out. We're not going to land that at that particular airstrip though. We're going to turn back around. We will go down to... Should we land at Kalaupapa or Molokai is the big question. That is the big question. You know what? We'll land at both. How about that? We'll land at both. First, we'll go to Kalaupapa and then Molokai. Okay. Fantastic. Airspeed is back up. Got some control over this bird now. We'll leave it at 2500 RPM. Excellent. I must say I love this aircraft here. It doesn't have the kind of performance to withstand my kind of flying, but it's definitely a beautiful, beautiful aircraft. Where is the little airstrip? Under question. There's supposed to be an airstrip somewhere here. I don't see it. Could be extremely tiny. Yeah, it could be extremely tiny. I think this is it, right here. I think this is it. Yep, literally I think this is it. Just a little airstrip. Just a strip of clearing, basically. That's pretty much what it is. It's very tempting to slide down these ravines, but we both know Well, we all know I can't do that. So there, apparently this is an airstrip. Fascinating. That looks good. Okay, let's head on towards Kalaupapa and let's do that in a rather swift fashion. Oh, that's the wind right there, completely slapping us. That's a 27, 28 knot tailwind right there. We nearly lost control of the aircraft. So when flying this close to terrain, that is something to be expected, eh? It's very serious. Very, very serious. Okay, let's head back towards Kalaupapa, which is straight ahead of us, to be honest. We can perform a landing there. This is a tailwind, so we're going to have to turn around before we do the landing. Okay, so I'm going to give it off to the autopilot here. I'm going to turn it off heading mode. Going to bring our heading knob back here. Then turn back heading mode, altitude hold. 2,000 something feet, and we are good. There we go. Straight ahead is Kalaupapa. Kalaupapa, yeah. Okay, so we'll fly past the airport, turn back around, and that will get us for a landing into that particular airstrip. Let's go to some cinematic, shall we? Let's do that. Speed is okay. Being slapped by winds there. There is our runway that we're going to be landing at, but only from the other direction, so we're going to fly past it and turn back in around. Kalaupapa Airport, everybody, right beneath us. Alright, let's get back in here and prepare ourselves for our landing. Now, to do this particular landing into Kalaupapa, we've got some stuff to do here, don't we? Autopilot disengage. Let's do that right away. Mixture full rich. RPM full. Cut the throttle. Those need to go to max. Reduce our speed here. Let the aircraft drop a little bit. That's okay. You know what? Let me push our RPM back to low for the time being, so we can reduce our speed quickly. How about that? There we go. That's much better. Let's make a giant swooping turn. I'm gonna get Sky Dolly ready here for a landing replay. There we go. Sky Dolly ready. Just gonna bleed some speed before we turn back around. You know what? We can do that whilst turning, right? So let's do that right now. Gear extension. Flaps. RPM max. Flaps ready. Just gonna go all the way for flaps. And we're going to continue flying in this direction right here. There we go. Okay, and in addition to that, we need our cowl flaps here to be fully open like that. Okay, there we go. And let's also go ahead with... Is there anything else we need to do? Yes, there is. Okay, I'm gonna face the nose up. Oh, that's not good, is it? Okay, I need... Hold on. Hold on a second, everybody. Give it a bit of trim here. Give me a second here to get this aircraft a little bit under control so I can go in and do the necessary. Alright, I'm going to face this up as much as I can. And I'm going to do that. I'll leave these on too. Cabin temperature is a little too high, so I'm gonna go with our cooler here. So let's go cool. Let's go high on that. Let's turn these off. Let's cool down our cabin, eh? There we go, ladies and gentlemen. We're coming in to land here. Let's give it a bit of power. Yeah, I think we're good. Yep, we're good. Time to turn on Sky Dolly. Sky Dolly recording. Good. There we go. Now let's come in for our landing. Brilliant. Our prop sync needs to be off for landing. Let's go ahead and do that. Brilliant. Our fuel condition is 143. 420 total. Let's find out once we land. I'll fiddle with that once we land. Now it's a very gentle approach. Let's shift off to our right here. There we go. Very, very simple. Okay, let's come into land. Coming into land. Let's come into land here. Cutting throttle. Cutting throttle further. Further. Little too high. Minimums. Oh, we just got pushed up there. Oh no, we are being shoved aside by the wind. Okay, still managed to get a good landing there. We got shoved by the wind there, but we still touched down pretty well. Still touched down pretty well despite that shove. Pretty cool, huh? Alrighty. So I'll turn around here and then we'll take a look at our landing replay. We need to put our fuel pump . We are going to put our aircraft right here. We're not even going to park it into the airport, of course. So we're going to leave it right here. I'm going to leave my fuel pumps off. Cut my mixture down. You know what? We can park our aircraft, shouldn't we? Just to check out the fuel situation or something. Yeah, let's go park. Let's go. No, it's not a good idea. You know what? We'll leave it here. And let's go ahead and take a look at that landing replay first. There we go. Brilliant. Let's take a look. What happened towards the end there? We need to find out. We got floated up there and shoved. So we had to make some correction at the last second. And we came in and landed that way. Not the best landing in the world, but that's okay. The winds are very crazy today. See what happened from this view. It will help us understand it a little better. Somewhere here. There you go. All right. Alrighty. Let's try that one more time. We'll play it from the cabin view, I think. You know what? I'll do my favorite view on landing replays right here. Yeah, not a very good landing there, but hey, we made it. Last landing replay. Okay. I think we've got enough fuel. We'll take a look at the fuel situation, and then after that we're gonna get out of here and fly on to I forgot the name. Again, I can't remember Hawaiian names. Molokai, yes, Molokai. We're gonna head on over to Molokai. Very near Kaili Beach, apparently. Okay, let's head on over to Molokai. I'll find our aircraft exactly how we left it. Okay, ready to get on out of here. We're gonna be taking off with a tailwind, right? Yeah, we're gonna be taking off with a tailwind here today, so might as well use flaps. Okay, mixture rich. These are open right now, which is what it's supposed to be. This is supposed to go to high right there, and our cabin is way too cold. Let's turn all of that off right there, and we'll put the heater up. Well, leave that off. There you go, that's much better. Cabin heat, let that rise. And is there anything else we need to do? Taxi lights can come off, we don't need that. Okay, I think we're ready for takeoff. We're gonna use flaps. There we go. We'll use the flaps today because we are taking off with a tailwind. A significant tailwind, but yeah, let's go for it. Let's see if we can. You know what? I'll use, okay. Let's just try it. Okay, ready to go. Release parking brake. Gonna give it full power today. At least for this particular takeoff. Yeah, we're having an issue, aren't we? Come on, give me some speed. We're gonna stall. Yeah, we are. Oh, barely made it off the ground there. There we go. Yeah, I know. Why is it making that noise now? I think we used too much flaps, didn't we? There we go, we're good. Yeah, we used too much flaps. Too much flap there. Well, don't matter. Let's take a loop to gain some altitude before we turn back towards Molokai. So right here we need to, well, you know what we can do? We don't even need to, we can literally fly in this configuration towards our next landing because it is so close by. No, you know what? That's not a good idea. That's not a good idea. We still have to turn around because of the wind direction. So let's put this back down to low. Cut the RPM slightly down. I have to bring that back. There we go. Mixture down. Gonna leave it right here. Yeah, that's fine. Cowl flaps, I'm going to leave them open. You know what, let me close them. I'll leave them closed. Yeah, I'll leave it like this for now. And let's turn our aircraft towards Molokai. Let's do that. There we go. Gonna head towards Molokai, which is right here. Just gonna fly over the airport first. Ah, I think I see it already. The trim is a little bit up here, so I'm just gonna trim our aircraft down a little bit. That's much better. There it is. There's Molokai right there. So what we need to do now is to turn around and come back in for landing from runway 05 into Molokai. Okay. Just continue flying this way a little bit. There we go, just like that. Now cut the speed a little bit. I don't want the speed to go up because I believe the cowl flaps are... oh, they're closed. Right, never mind. The winds are quite shifty at the moment. Okay, we'll fly in this direction for a bit and then we can turn back around without climbing too high. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, time to prepare us again for landing. Cutting our throttle back, mixture rich, RPM max. I can go full. This can go to landing. It can remain the way it is. And these can remain open. There we go. Let's turn back around here. I don't know what that ringing sound is. Let's turn ourselves back in. Ignore that. I'm gonna cut our propeller RPM by quite a bit here in a bid to reduce our speed, which doesn't seem to be working. I'm too close to the airport to do this right now. Okay, gear down. Too early for gear operation, but it is what it is, right? Nothing much we can do here. I'm gonna go ahead with flaps down as well. Try and turn our aircraft around to land here. There it is. There's the runway. Okay, I'm gonna go for sky dolly one more time. Let's see what this one will look like. Oh, this one looks terrible. RPM fully cut. I'll go RPM max. Give it a bit of power now. Hopefully this will help us land. I don't know. Let's find out. Okay. Oh, the wind is so bad. Oh, gosh, that was bad. Yeah, the wind is just too strong right now for this. That's okay. Let's just cut our throttle here. Come on, don't float so much. Oh, lordy. Okay, let's go around. Let's go around. It's a little too floaty for my liking. Gear up. Flaps up. There we go. We're just gonna go around here. Little too floaty for my liking. So we're gonna come back around one more time. RPM down. Yeah, the winds are very strong for this particular aircraft at the moment. We are gusting up to 29. I saw a 29 there. Yeah, there's a 21 right now. What is our... it's a little too warm as well in the cabin. Well, we can go ahead and turn this on. Why don't we do that? Cool it down a little bit. Okay, let's turn back around and come back in for another landing at runway 05. Yeah, 32 knot tailwind right now. It's too much. Obviously, when we turn back around, it's going to become headwind, but it's just not stable enough. It's gusting too much for us to perform a very good landing here today, but that's okay. We'll try and do what we can, eh? Let me give myself a little longer final here. I don't want to climb too high, though. Cut that speed a little bit. This aircraft does have a fairly good flight model, so it doesn't exactly forgive you a lot. If you make silly mistakes, it's not going to forgive you a lot. Okay, I need to cut that. We are way too fast for cowl flaps open. Cut the propeller there too. Make this turn and that should slow us down very much. There we go, 140 RPM max. Cut that. Use this opportunity to drop the gear. Looking good. Let's come back in for that landing right there. Cut the throttle. There's too much crosswind to use full flaps, right? So I'm gonna do flaps 2. Rather than flaps 3, I'm gonna do flaps 2. Okay, then we're gonna advance that right there. Okay, it's looking better for us. Let's see what we can do. Sky dolly is still running. So we can take a look at both the go around and the landing, I suppose. Okay, here we go, coming in to land at Molokai, I guess. Okay, winds are looking okay at the moment, but look at the way it's gusting. You can see that on the tablet on the left, and our temperatures have become a little too cold for our passengers all of a sudden. But I don't really care at the moment. We need to perform this landing, so... yeah, too much wind. Too much gusting and too much wind. Yeah, it's not going to be a good landing. I'm just going to stick it. Whatever happens, let's go ahead and stick it. Come back in a little quicker than we need to. Minimums. Oh my gosh. Once again, we just nearly crashed there. That's just too much. Okay, let's try. Nope. There is no chance. This is too hard. Oh my word, we gotta go around again. Flaps up. Yeah, this wind is making it so difficult for me to land here. Oh, third attempt. We've been running the fuel pump on high for too long. We've been doing a lot of stuff wrong for too long, but third attempt. Should we try land with a tailwind? It's gonna make things much harder, but should we just do it? You know what? Let's try that. Let's try that. Oh, we've attempted to land at Molokai too many times. And that's costing us some precious time here on our Hawaii trip. We're already 1 hour 30 minutes into the live stream. So we need to make this landing into Molokai. We just do. If we don't manage to make this one, that means that we're going to be late. Well, luckily for us, the next island that we need to check out in part 2 is a short one. It's a small one. So it's just going to be a quick one. And we only have one more landing after Molokai scheduled anyway for part 2. So hopefully we'll be okay. Let me try and put this thing back up. Thank you. Alright, let's try this one more time. Shall we cut that power? Cut that propeller. Oh my god, we're too high. I don't have a choice. I'm gonna go for it. Yep, I'm just gonna go for it. RPM max out. Yeah, this is gonna be terrible. Brace for impact, pretty much. That's what it's gonna be. Yeah, we do not have stable. This is just too much. Yeah, I can't even. Oh my word, that's crazy. Oh, I wish you guys could. Come on. Oh lordy. Come on. Oh, will we stop? No, we won't, will we? Nope, we're not gonna stop. We're not gonna stop. We're not gonna stop. It's gonna be a runway overrun. Yeah. Oh, wow. That is crazy. Luckily, it's just grass over here. We did bash into a couple of runway lights there, didn't we? Let me immediately get this down because this has been running too hard. In fact, let me turn it off. Oh lordy. Okay, that was interesting. We obviously came in too fast because we had a tailwind there of at least 20 something knots. That was rough. Let's go ahead and take a look at those landing replays, huh? Turned out more exciting than I thought, huh? Let's pump the brakes on that. Alright, let's put that flaps up. Cut that mixture down. Let's pull that RPM a little lower. There you go. That's good enough. Leave it right here. And yep, let's go ahead and take a look at that landing replay. It's not going to be good. We also have the replay for the touch and goes. So we can take a look at oh, let's check this out, guys. Come on. That's not looking good, huh? You know what, I'm gonna go directly into this mode so you guys understand the absurdity of what we just did. Absurd. Absurd. The absurdity of what we just did. Alright, let's just see what I did here. Yeah. I ran out of patience towards the last landing there. Or the landing attempt, I should say. Wasn't a successful landing, kind of overran there, slammed into a bunch of runway lights. Our aircraft would probably be totaled at this point. But yeah. I think I would like a mod which makes everything ultra realistic. Okay, let's watch the landing. Had I touched down right now, would have been okay. Nope. Took the friction from the grass to really stop us. That wasn't pretty good. Alright, let's take a look at some of those go-around attempts. Shall we do that? Let's check this one out. This was a go-around attempt. Number 2. Just fast forward it a little bit. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. There's an important part there we can't miss. Okay, we're coming in. Yep, nearly stalled there. Saved it. It looked like it was going to be okay. And we just kept getting slammed off to the side. Yep, it was too much. So there's a go around right there once again. Let's watch our first landing attempt. How about that? Let's try this one. It's looking okay. What happened on this one? I forgot. Come on. It just refused to touch down. It was just too floaty. I should have stuck it down on the first attempt. I had no idea the other two were going to be this much worse. So anyway, they were going to be so much worse. I don't know what's wrong with my English today. Excuse me, ladies and gentlemen. Let's watch this one last time, our last landing there. And we'll go ahead and take off from Molokai and come back into land at the next island in Hawaii, and hopefully that will go a little better than this one. Yikes. Come on, I should have stuck it there. Why did I pull? Should have stuck it there, man. And I think my pitch was also, the trim was out of whack because of the abrupt approach. Yeah. Bam, that is a total aircraft right there. Anyway. There we are. Let's go ahead and we can... Oh, we are too cold now, aren't we? We can go ahead and... Let me show you guys a little nav map here. There we go. Alright, so we are at Molokai. Now we're going to fly on towards Lanai City. Okay, so we're going to go on to Lanai City, and we're going to take a quick loop around the island, which is, as you can see, much smaller than the island we just came from. So we're going to take a quick loop around the island, and we're going to land into Lanai City. Lanai has a much longer runway, so even if the wind is not favorable over there, we should be okay. We should be okay. There's a Lanai Cat Sanctuary. Never heard of that in my life. Alright. Okay, I guess it's time for us to take off and head towards Lanai. So let's go ahead and do that, shall we? I really don't like this I think that looks much nicer, but in all honesty, I think positron, this is the way to go. Okay, so let's go towards Lanai City, ladies and gentlemen. Let's do that. Okay, so I'm going to put little nav map away. Let's get ready for takeoff one last time. There you go. This is closed. Oh, this is open, which it's supposed to be in. Let's come back down here. Anti-collision needs to be on. That turned off because of landing replay, by the way, in case you're wondering. All of this is on, all of this is on. Let's go high on those. Okay, prop sync off. We are ready for takeoff. Cabin temperature rising slowly, so we need to be a little careful of that. Let's just get out of here. All right. Do we have enough fuel? Whoa, hold on. We need to check the fuel situation. Pounds remaining, 341. Time remaining, we got plenty, huh? 120 used. Yeah, we've got plenty. Yeah, I think we're okay. Got plenty of fuel here. We do not need to refuel. Let's go. Release. We're taking off with a headwind, so no flaps required. Let's get out of here. Get out of Molokai. Go, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, it's safe for us to take off. There's Molokai as we leave it behind. Bye-bye. Okay. Let's put off. Oh, there's no flap. Bring that RPM down. Get that under control. Yeah, we're being shoved to the side here by 13 knot wind. Okay. Alright, let's turn ourselves towards our next and final destination for today. As a matter of fact, we're going to go around the island first before we land into Lanai City. So let's just fly towards the island first. We're going to switch to some cinematics. It's been a while. I think we can already see the island, right? Yeah, it's dead ahead. It's dead ahead of us. Okay. Turning around, ladies and gentlemen. Let's turn off heading mode there, give it autopilot. We turn off that altitude hold mode. I'm gonna leave this armed here. I'm gonna put in my heading correctly here. And then I'm gonna request heading mode. Okay, plenty of power. RPM is good. Our mixture needs to be cut like so. Okay, this can come down to low. This can come to full retraction. This can come to closed. I believe this is closed, right? I always forget which one is closed, which one is not. I have no way of telling. Let's see what it says. It says pull to close. Yeah, it should be closed. Let me see if it is actually. Yep, cowl flaps are closed actually. There you go. Those are the cowl flaps right there. This one right here. Yep, they're closed. Looking good, everybody. Let's go to some cinematic modes where we're going to continue climbing towards 4,000. And we don't really need to worry about any of this. Okay, let me just cut that throttle just a little bit so we don't overspeed once we reach 4,000 feet. Switching to cinematic, everybody. Okay. Seems we've already reached Lanai. Very short hop there. So let's jump into our flight deck right now. There we go, everybody. Let's disconnect our autopilot. Cut that throttle down all the way. And let's just dip our nose and explore that island. Shall we do that? There we go. Welcome to Lanai, everybody. That looks absolutely fantastic. Gotta watch our speed though. Look at that beach right there. Very lovely. Let's quickly do a loop around this island, explore it a little bit. Then we can come in for our landing. Oh yes, look at that. That looks very, very interesting. Reminds me of Australia because of all the red. That's pretty cool. Speaking of which, I need to go back to Australia for a little bit. We need to go ahead and fly some Australian flights. They're always very fun. I don't know what it is about the geography. It makes flying fairly very simple. There's also a lot of interesting stuff, you know, if you wanna. That's just how I feel about flying in Australia. Is very easy for me for some reason. Alright. Let's increase that and continue exploring here. What a beautiful looking aircraft, huh? Check out that exterior modeling, it's beautiful. It's just modeled brilliantly. Okay, we got good speed going on. Our cabin is a little bit too hot. Put that on cool. Trying to cool it down a little bit because I don't want it to cool too quickly. Otherwise it's gonna freeze. Perfect. The airport is very, very nearby. It's not too far at all. It does have a localizer. We're not going to use it today, of course. We don't need it. VFR flying. I think we're a little below the terrain to be able to spot the airport. Is it, or is it that right there? We're looking at it right there. I think so. I'm beginning to see some lights and stuff. Is that it? I've never been here. It's my first time flying around Hawaii in detail, so I think that's it. Yep, there's the airport. There's the runway light right there. The poppy lights are right there, and there's your airport. Brilliant, isn't it? Anyway, let's continue looping around the island first, and then we will come in for a landing. The soil is so red. Oh wow. Is that a beacon right there? I think it is. Yep, that is the Lanai VOR right there. Beautiful. Pretty cool, huh? Lanai City. We're traveling a little too slowly. Give it a bit more throttle there. What is that right there? Is that the settlement? There should be some sort of population right there in the middle of the island. I think we're looking at it. Fascinating. Okay, cabin temperature is a little too cold now. They might be complaining at this point. Not that I care too much, to be honest with you. You know what? I'm gonna leave it on this. I'm just gonna decrease the cooler. Let's increase that. Hopefully we'll be able to get around the island quickly. Yeah. We will be done here in about half an hour for sure. So we'll be done with the stream in about half an hour. It's a very small island. It's very unique though. Very nice, interesting soil here. Very interesting texture. Beautiful. Very interesting formations here. Slowed down quite a bit. We've got a headwind. And most of it is a crosswind at the moment anyway. Not too much gusting. I don't think the weather is much better here at Lanai. Hopefully we'll see when we try to land here. It's a rather long tour. Part 2. We still got 2 more islands to cover. Where are we at the moment? Give me a second. Hold on a second. I've suddenly lost my bearings. Give me a second here. Oh, there it is. There. Okay. Oh no, not that. There it is. Okay, we're good. There's the VOR, and we just need to come like this. So that's where we are. Okay, so we got 2 more islands here that we haven't explored yet. This one right here, and this one right here, and this mini one right here. So we got 3 more islands basically to explore in Hawaii. I tried to say a lot of things at the same time there. Cover, Hawaii, and where at the same time. So came out as Kaware. I think my brain is a little bit foggy at the moment. It's a lot of hand flying for one day. You know what it is? Okay, all right. I'm wondering what I shall do after this stream. I think on my next stream, I think my next stream should be obviously an airline flying, or maybe a military aircraft. We can take one of those out. I think it's time to purchase the 737-800. It's time to purchase the 737 MAX, both of them. I think it's time for that. Right, we're turning back around. Let's go ahead and land. So we're gonna cut across the island now. We're gonna head straight for our airport. We're gonna go in and land. Ooh, I've lost bearing there. The wind is battering me too hard. I don't want to face plant into the terrain here, but the VS is just all over the place at the moment. It's alright. Okay, much better. Alrighty. Let's go ahead and land ourselves into Lanai. Now to do that, we need to do the landing from the opposite direction, so we gotta fly out of the ocean a little bit and then turn back around. That'll bring us into Lanai. Pretty cool. Pretty cool, everybody. Oh, that is interesting, isn't it? Okay. I think it's time for me to almost turn. There we go, there's the runway we're going to be landing into, everybody. There is Lanai Airport. Let's turn off to the right. And let's prepare for our landing. There we go. Need to trim our aircraft properly this time. Let's prepare for the landing. Shall we do that? Okay. Mixture rich. RPM max. That goes up there. Let's open this up completely. Get this down. And ta-da. There we go. Prop sync is already off. It's time for us to land into Lanai, okay? I'll leave the taxi lights on. Cabin temperatures are looking fine. When we land there, it's going to be pretty bad anyway. I'll put that cooling on there. And let's turn around and land. Okay? Let's go for it. With a bit of throttle. To get ready to turn on sky dolly. Turning my aircraft around. There we go. Nice and easy. And cut that back. Gear down. Flaps down. Flaps down. What the warning is about now. I've actually lost track of why. Sky dolly recording, I have no idea why the warning is going off. Let me take a look. What's wrong with the gear? I don't know what's wrong with it, but something isn't right. Yeah, something is not right and I don't know what it is. We have a gear malfunction, don't we? Yeah. One of the gear doors is not dropping. There we go. You know what we'll do? Let me try gravity. Yeah, it's not doing anything. Not a failure. Yeah, we've literally got a failure. Let me shimmy the aircraft. That's not doing anything. Okay. Oh, go around mode. What's wrong with the gear? Hydraulic flow is low for some reason. I don't know what is going on. Yeah, we have a hydraulics issue. I don't know how to fix that. I do not know how to fix that. You know what I'm gonna do? I am going to give it off to the autopilot here for a second. Just like that. going to set our heading straight. And something isn't right, huh? I think maybe because I dropped the flaps wrong, maybe, I don't know. Let's find out. Let's try dropping the gear one more time. Hydraulic pressure. No. Still got the error here. That's about. Emergency gear control. Gear hydraulic CB. Where is that? Where is the gear hydraulic? That is a question. I don't know where it is. I don't know where the gear hydraulic stuff is. Where is the hydraulics on this aircraft? I have no idea. Circuit breaker for gear hydraulic. Now where is it? Gotta find it though. Landing, cabin altitude, cabin pressure, pitot heat, turn bank, refresh, whatever. Door warning, fire warning, low quantity, EGT, lights. What is this? Fuel pump. Landing gear hydraulic. Okay, let's try this. I found it. Found it. Let's try it. I have cycled it. I'll put it back up first. Okay, and then I'm going to pull it back down. Nope, doesn't do anything. Does not do anything. Max extension is 177. We're within that. So we got a gear extension problem. Some sort of hydraulics issue. I can't figure it out. Okay, let's turn back around into the airport here. We have plenty of fuel to figure this out. So here is one more time. Let me try this. Okay, I'm just gonna pull this. I'm gonna pull the T handle. Didn't do anything. Nope, I am not getting the gear locked no matter what I do. Obviously that's not going to do anything because my circuit breaker is in. Yeah, we've damaged the aircraft. With the way we've been flying it, we've damaged it. Okay, let me try one more time. Gear select, down. Gear select, down, down. Gear hydraulics circuit breaker. Landing gear hydraulic circuit breaker. Pulled. T handle. Pull. Pulled. No luck. We've got no luck for locking the gear. So one of the gears aren't locked. I have no idea how to reset this. Okay, I'm gonna put this in. Let me go to maintenance perhaps. How do I fix this thing? How can I fix my gear? No. This isn't going to work. I need to go find the tablet, don't I? There's the tablet. Oh, lordy. How are we gonna fix it? How do I fix it? God. Where did the tablet go? Yeah, this is impossible. I don't know how to fix this now. How do I fix the gear? Okay, how do we fix the gear? Apparently it's a hydraulics problem, but I don't see it happening. So I don't know how we're gonna land this thing. Nope. It's just not working. Yeah, it's not working. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we have a problem. I don't know how to do maintenance on this aircraft. How do I maintain this aircraft? I don't know how to do it. Yep. So we got... do we perform a belly landing? Because our gear is not staying locked here, so what can we do? You know what, I'm gonna go in for a landing. Let's just turn back around and try a landing. Landing with potentially gears messed up. Here we go. Okay, none of this is working. Let's just going to try and you know what? I'm gonna pull the landing gear warning circuit breaker. It's not doing anything. Why is the warning still going on? Oh my god. Okay, whatever. Let's just try and land this, shall we? I need to restart Skydolly now. Troubleshooting did not work. We might have to go in for a belly landing, ladies and gentlemen. Should we go belly landing or should we try with the gear? That's a big question. Let me just try. Maybe it'll work, maybe it won't, right? We'll find out. I guess the only way to fix the aircraft is to respawn. Perhaps. It's time for us to land. Let's find out whether we're gonna make this or not. Skydolly recording on. This is the problem with extremely well modeled aircrafts. I love them, but occasionally this is the kind of headache you're gonna have to deal with. Alright, everybody, going in for a landing. Let's go. Ignore the warnings. Just try and make this happen, shall we? Runway ahead. Coming in for a landing. Let's see if we collapse into the ground. Find out. Minimums. Okay, we seem to be alright. Yep, we seem to be alright. Yep, we have managed to actually land with our gear warnings blaring out there. Alright, everybody. There we go. Brilliant. Let's cut the mixture. How do I silence this thing? I don't know which circuit breaker to pull to silence it, but retract that. Torpedo heat's off. These can come back down to low. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to a place which name I forgot. Yeah, our aircraft seems to be not happy with this particular thing right here. Let's put our flaps up. Okay, we'll park it right in. Something is clearly wrong with the gear. Okay. All right, everybody. It's time for landing replay, so let's go ahead and take a look at that. Alright, time for landing replay. The last one for today. Check that out. Okay. At least the gear did not collapse on us, so that's good enough there. Let's take a look at that landing from the passenger's point of view. Right. Check that out one more time, everybody. Okay. Not too shabby. Let's have a look at that landing one more time. Let me put that in again. Alrighty. It's too good not to do that again, isn't it? Okay. Welcome to Lanai. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Lanai. Alright, let's go fast forward to our parking and then we're going to shut down our aircraft right here. What a beautiful looking airport, by the way. I'll put it right here. Let's go ahead and shut down our aircraft, shall we? I'm going to feather this. Cut that right there. Okay, push that in right there. That's off right there. Magneto's off. Those two off. Those off. Avionics bus off. Cabin fan off. Transponder off. Okay, there you go. All of this off. Alright, I think we are ready to go with this one as well. There you go. Now, how do I maintain these things? Engine doors, hydraulics are right here. So how do I maintain them? How do I do maintenance on this thing? I have no idea. Anyway, I shall figure that out. Thank you very much, everybody, for chiming into today's live stream. That was very, very interesting. Welcome to Lanai, everybody. We have managed to land successfully into Lanai. It looks pretty cool. And our Hawaii tour, I must say, was a success right there, was it not? Alright, with that, I would like to leave this live stream off here. I shall catch you in the next one. Make sure that if you're new to the channel, please do like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps me out here, keeps me motivated. Let's try and hit that 1000 sub mark. And yeah, thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in. Mr. Blind Over Matter, thank you very much for tuning into the live chat. You're the only one. But thank you very much. Much appreciated. But yeah, I shall catch you guys in the next live stream. And until the next time, you take care of yourselves. Have yourselves a great day. And go check out the channel. Bye-bye. Would you look at that? The sun decides to come out right now. Well, that's the first time we're seeing the sun again, I think, since we took off. But anyway, see ya.